Hello and welcome to another episode here on my channel. My name is Small, and today we have a follow-up news regarding the Activision Blizzard versus the State of California lawsuit. And today it is about the internal email the president of Blizzard, J. Allen Bragg, has been sending around. Now keep in mind, it is an internal email, but I'm pretty sure he anticipated that it got leaked and was formulating the email in a certain manner that even people who are reading this from the outside will be like, oh, like, yes, it was meant for internal purpose, but he probably anticipated that it got leaked. Second, I haven't read this yet. I want to read this with you, and I want to see what this is all about. I want to give them a chance. I want to hear their side. And I will stop sometimes to give my personal opinion. This is not a neutral reading where I will just read through it and then leave you to your own devices. I will give my own personal note on this. And let me just say, since yesterday, I am very much disappointed by the people at Blizzard who have fostered and allowed those things. And I am very much sorry for the people who had to go through this. So, let's see what he has to say, shall we? Hello Blizzard. I personally have a lot of emotions coming out of yesterday. And I know you do too. The allegations and the hurt of current and former employees are extremely troubling. This is interesting. So, they had like an official statement yesterday, which was very aggressive. Super aggressive. And they were basically painting the picture of they're the victim here. Now, it seems like Mr. Allen Bragg doesn't really start with that, but he doesn't seem to be deny the allegations at first. And, well, let's see what he has to say. I know many of you would like to receive more clarity. While I can't comment on the specifics of the case as it is an open investigation, what I can say is that the behavior detailed in the allegation is completely unacceptable. Again, he's not denying the allegations, which is rather interesting. It goes with saying it is completely unacceptable for anyone in the company to face discrimination or harassment. It goes with saying that everyone should feel safe working here wherever they are on campus, at BlizzCon, or working from home. It goes with saying it takes courage to come forward, and all claims brought to the company are investigated by an internal, and when needed, external investigators. We take these claims very seriously. Claims can be made without fear of retaliation, and many times I attend to them personally along with our other leaders. Yeah, but that's the problem, Alan. Apparently, a lot of people don't trust the leadership or see that the leadership basically fostered this for years. I mean, you and the leadership are named in the lawsuit as the people who looked away or even encouraged this type of behavior. So when you are saying this, but all the people say, sorry, we don't trust you because you seem to be one of the people who are, like, at least allowing this, it's like, yeah, you can come to me, you can talk to me, but you are fostering this. Like, why would I come to you when you're not necessarily a perpetrator, but you are allowing this to happen? So it's the same with internal investigators. Oh, soupy. Yeah, let's go to the company who is basically offering those people a job which make me suffer. Yeah, that always goes swimmingly. Of course, that he also has to say this now to the people, that this is completely unacceptable for anyone in the company. It's like, I wonder sometimes, like, how do you not see that this is not right? Right? Like, why do they have to tell that to people? Don't harass people, don't discriminate people, don't do that. It's like, what? No, that should be the most normal thing in the world. Why do we have to remind people of that? All right, well, we'll see how that goes. Stepping back, when I talked with Bobby Kotick, about taking this job, sure, one of the first things I mentioned was a revered saint of the Bragg household. Really? That's the first thing you mentioned? Okay. Gloria Steinem. That's a name. Growing up, the value of women as equals, understanding the work that had been done for equal treatment, and the fact there was still much to do were common themes. This is just one of the reasons why the fight for equality is incredibly important to me. People with different backgrounds, views, and experiences are essential for Blizzard, our teams, and our player community. I disdain bro culture and have spent my career fighting against it. Okay, so this is always so fascinating when I read this from companies. Like, yeah, we are trying to do the equal pay and we are really working hard to make it happen, but it takes a while. I was like, what do you mean by it takes a while? No, you are giving those people a job. You determine how much money they got. End of story. So that means that you as a company decided that women should get paid less. And you only slowly but surely change it gradually over time because, well, let's be honest here, who wants to lose their cheap working forces, right? It is always flabbergasting to me to make it sound like as if this is an elaborate process a company has to go through when they have to pay women and minorities equal pay. There is no elaborate process. You hire them, you decide how much money they get. That's it. So you can raise the money on an equal level. But you, not the workers, you as a company decide that they should get paid less. So he's also talking about the bro culture. Well, it was actually a frat culture, which is apparently a little bit more worse than the bro culture. And I've spent my career fighting against it. Again, the lawsuit states, no, you haven't. The investigation, which happened for 2 years, and the evidence they have found for 2 years is that your fighting it was basically looking away. We will, of course, see in court if that is true or not. But it is kind of interesting when, again, a state is investigating a company for 2 years, not just like a random person on the internet or anything. A state decides to investigate for 2 years, finds that that is not the case, and then the person says, no, I've been fighting this my whole life. Irritating on our culture with the same intensity that we bring to our games is imperative, with our values acting as a North Star. This is some of the most important work we do, both as professionals and human beings. Blizzard, Alan, your values has been in shambles for the last years. We had countless of moments where you had a value, like every voice matters. Remember that? And you have not acted on it. Like, I think the best example here is the Hearthstone tournament, right? Where not every voice mattered. So, yeah, if you were bringing up your corporate values, which are your North Star, then you have lost that North Star a few years ago, and you have to rekindle that North Star again. The same goes with irritating on our culture with the same intensity that we bring to our games is imperative. See, this is something I have been heard yesterday quite a lot, which was an interesting discussion about how people sometimes ask, why should I care for the suffering of the people who are working at this company? Why should I care for the suffering for the women? Because I just want my video games. Like, as long as my video games are good, I'm good. Because I have enough shit going on in my own life, so why would I care? Well, first of all, try to be a little bit more human and show a little bit more care for your other humans. But besides that, if you really want to boil down to this, do you really truly believe that the people who are suffering this can do their work in peace, can actually offer a stellar work? Like, if you're looking back at the last few years regarding Blizzard games, you realize very quickly that they haven't been too great. Like, the last disaster was Warcraft 3 Reforged, and apparently those things played into the product. And of course it makes sense. Like, just think about it. You are going to work on a daily basis and you fear for going to work because you know this will be 8 hours of torture and suffering. How much do you think that person did a good job in that time? Probably not a lot. So when he is saying that our culture with the same intensity that we bring to our games, it's like, yeah, your culture has apparently made it so that your games suffered in the last few years, which should have been a warning sign, especially because we have tons of articles on this, people who have been spoken out on this, and it is always the same story. So maybe you actually finally start to do some shakeup here. A company is more than a legal construct that exists as a piece of paper in a filing cabinet in Delaware. Filing cabinet, not filling, filing. English, ladies and gentlemen. The people that work at the company make it what it is through their actions and creations. Each of us plays a role in maintaining a place of safety for one another, and it is also up to each of us to continue to craft the Blizzard we want and commit doing our part in keeping Blizzard great, but always aspiring for more. What is he trying to say here? Like, keep fighting? I mean, those people have probably kept fighting for the last decade and not much happened. So this doesn't really spark a lot of confidence in me, besides of, I have a dream. That's basically what he is saying here. I have a dream. I'm like, yeah, well, that dream is crumbling quite fast, and you might wanna do something. The leadership team and I will be meeting with many of you to answer questions and discuss how we can move forward. Okay, stop. Full stop here. As I said earlier, the leadership team and I will be meeting with many of you. Dude, those people don't want to talk to you because you have failed them for years. That's why when they finally were able to talk to a third party, aka the state of California, they did so because they have tried to talk to leadership. They have tried to talk to you for years, and your reaction was like, not my business, please go to HR. And HR was like, well, happens, it's business. Like, why would people trust you now after all of this blowed over? Like, I don't understand this. In the meantime, I want you to know that you can talk to any manager, any HR partner, any member of the legal team, or to anyone on the executive team, including, hey Jay, if you feel more comfortable talking to someone outside of Blizzard or prefer to be anonymous, you can contact the Way to Play Integrity line. Again, they probably tried this for years. Like, if people are going the third party route, they have probably tried all the internal rounds to talk about their problems. And as we know from the lawsuit, a lot of the legal team, HR team, or manager reacted with, "Oh, really? Yeah, I will talk to that person immediately who did this. Don't do this again. That was very naughty of you. And now go back to work." That was apparently the reaction of the leadership for many years. And it's like, yeah. Like, the time of people who want to talk with internal people about the problems is unfortunately over. So you have to find a better solution than this. I feel angry, sad, and a host of other emotions. But I also feel grateful to work alongside a set of leaders and thousands of employees who join me in their commitment to continuous improvement. Thank you, Blizzard. Whoa. Like, again, I know what he is trying to do here. He is trying to basically gather the people together and put them in one mindset, right? And it's like, yeah, we are one entity. We are Blizzard. We can manage this together. And it's like, I disagree with this. Like, as I said before, like, he makes it look like as if this is like a long process, which is taking years, if not even decades, to make it happen. The reality is, management can make this happen over a month or two, if they want to. Equal pay for everyone. Making sure that discrimination doesn't happen. And for the people who are overstepping the line, well, no matter which position they're in, they maybe get one warning, they change, or they are getting kicked out. It's as simple as that. But over the years, we have found out that they have just let the boys play. It's like if you were reading through the lawsuit about the things which happened and the management was aware of, they even stepped in. And the only way how they stepped in was to say, "Don't do this again." And they continued doing this again. And they were like, but he's in the management position. Oh, he is the lead designer of World of Warcraft. We cannot kick that out because, man, how would that reflect on the company? I know how it would reflect on a company badly. If you look at the list of people who apparently did all the harassment and did all this bullshit, if Blizzard had to kick all of those out, whoa. Like, that would just look absolutely badly. So they swept it under the rug and hope that people would not see it. Simple as that. And of course, the victims felt left alone. So again, they were probably very happy when the state of California started to investigate and they could finally talk about this. I have to say, this email doesn't do nothing for me. This is like the most toothless email I have seen, because he probably knew. He probably knew that this would be leaked. So he had to be careful what he is saying. He had to be very careful about it. But like all of this reads like one of those reminder emails. Hey folks, we just wanted to remind you, no harassment and discrimination of your co-workers. And also, we are one company standing together against the storm from the outside. Yay! This is basically an email saying we must go on. And as it stands right now, people have heard that one time too many. And people are actually upset. Well, I think we will see in court if there are actually enough evidence and the court believes those evidence, or if the court even says, sorry, we have seen the evidence and there's it's not that bad, or no, we see that differently. But it doesn't change that a lot of people are very disappointed by Blizzard. And I will be honest, I'm one of those people. I am absolutely disgusted and disappointed by this. And this behavior and this particular email here is not igniting a lot of confidence inside of me. Yep. All right, but that was it from me. I know this is not necessarily the greatest topic, but if you enjoyed it, well, not the topic, but me covering this topic, I would appreciate if you consider on your way out to leave a like. And well, if you didn't like this video for whatever case, then there's a dislike button right next to it. And if you're also new to the channel, you want to see more gaming news, more updates on this, and also reaction videos, tips and tricks for new games, and all the whole shebang regarding gaming, I would also appreciate if you might consider to subscribe to the channel. It would help me out a great deal. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Stay safe.